good morning and happy Monday. Today is Monday, June 28th. Did you have a good week last week? Boy, it was nice to have some rain, wasn't it? Or was it? East of Des Moines, Iowa on I-80, I started running into rain. You know, it's those big raindrops that kind of go plat, plat, plat. And you kind of think it's the beginning of a storm. Well, it got to be a little heavy, but for the most part, that's the way things were. I stopped at Iowa 84 to get my car filled up, and the wind was very strong at that point in time, and I'm looking up at the canopy over my head, thinking, I want to get my car filled up and get out of here because it started moving back and forth. Anyway, coming into Illinois, there was this incredibly beautiful lightning storm. I don't know if you've ever been out on I-88 on the west side of Illinois, but there's really not much light out there, and all you can see is the headlights in front of you, maybe an occasional car coming through, and the beautiful black sky in front of you. But that black sky was filled with incredible, absolutely incredible lightning. I kind of wish I had been the passenger in the car, and I could sit back and enjoy this incredible lightning show. So my daughter calls me up and says, hey Dad, there's really bad weather by home. The next morning when I got up and I turned the news on, I learned about the tornado that had come through Naperville and gone through Woodridge. Boy, what incredible devastation in Naperville. And where that tornado went through Woodridge, that's the area I grew up in, St. Scholastica. I went to St. Scholastica the first 5 years that that building was in existence. I remember sitting in that classroom there, looking out across the parking lot and seeing the rectory growing up. So even though that happened over there and I'm living in Geneva, I feel like that happened to my home too, because my hometown is Woodridge. Yesterday I took my car and I drove through some of Woodridge to take a look at some of the devastation that has occurred. Let's take a look at the video now. And also Tuesday night, my wife and I were watching ABC World News, I think it was, or maybe it was local news. I don't remember. But they mentioned a family that has suffered an incredible loss. And I'm like, that name sounds familiar to me. I went and looked up on my file. They are members of the MLD agency here. So it's also something that hits close to home when it happens to one of my clients. And you know, this morning's news is all about the collapse of the building in Miami. There have been loss of life. People are missing. Thankfully, they are able to account for a good number of the people. What an incredible week of natural disasters. President Biden has declared the building collapse in Miami an emergency. FEMA's involved. And so, you know, we wish life were perfect. We wish we always had the robot from Lost in Space. Warning, 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 danger, danger, danger. We don't have that. We have sirens, but you know, sometimes we become so desensitized to the sirens, we don't pay attention to them. And sometimes the sirens just don't go off in time. But you know, a lot of this stuff happens without warning, and it happens like that. And it's done like that. You know, within a matter of moments, that tornado had whipped through Naperville and Woodridge. Within a matter of moments, that building collapsed. Mark, what does this have to do with the MLD agency? Well, you know what? We decide our topics beforehand. And this week's topic was decided a couple weeks ago. The point about this week's topic is, now that there's claims out there, you're going to have scammers who are going to tell you, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. You don't have to even pay your deductible. Bingo. Number one, if somebody tells you you don't have to pay a deductible, tell them to go away. Your policy has a deductible. Most policies have a deductible of $1,000. But check your policy. It might be a little bit lower. It might be a little bit higher, depending on what took place at the time of the sale. So if a scammer tells you you don't have to pay your deductible, you tell them to turn around and walk away. That's in your insurance policy. The other thing is, let these guys do their jobs. These claims adjusters, they want to do the best job possible for you. You've paid an insurance premium, whether it's a homeowner's, a condo, a renter's policy, whatever. You've paid an insurance premium for this. Let them do their job. Another part of their job is you have coverage. It's called Coverage D, loss of use. That will assist you with temporary housing. It actually reads something to the effect of it will pay the additional cost. So don't be worried about that. And a lot of the insurance companies will have people who can assist you in locating temporary housing. So once again, you've paid your insurance premium, let them do their job. I'd like to say, this isn't the 1960s where you had I Dream of Jeannie who went like, or Bewitch who could twinkle her nose. The purpose of your homeowner's, condo, or renter's policy is to make you as whole as possible. That's not always the case. They can't replace memorabilia. But they'll try to do the best job possible. I've never represented an insurance company where the claims adjusters don't try to do the best job possible. They want you to come away with a good feeling as far as that's possible under the circumstances. So let them do their job. Pay attention to the news personnel when they talk about scammers out there. They've given some very good advice. I won't reiterate that to you, but anybody who says they can take care of it now, they can't do that. Life just isn't that way. I don't know if you noticed, but I did mention that I have sold property and casualty insurance. We don't really advertise it here at the MLD agency, but that's something that we do have. So if you're interested and you want to talk about it, please don't hesitate to give us a call. If you just need advice on something, I'd be happy to talk to you about that. So Mark, what happened here at the MLD agency last week? Well, we had some good things. We were able to rewrite Dolores's Medicare supplement to give her a good savings. We were able to save Jimmy and Margaret about $150 a month by rewriting their insurance. Also sold Sylvia dental insurance, confirmed a new business small group plan with National General. Woohoo! They medically underwrite, so they get better rates. And we're working with several other people on their Medicare business for next week. So that's what's going on here at the MLD agency. If you think that you might not be properly insured, before disaster happens, don't forget to give me a call at the bottom of the screen here. Be more than happy to discuss your situation with you.